Welcome to my channel. This is Deborah. Thank you for checking in today with me. Today, my video is about, I've been thinking Africa, Zimbabwe. That's what has been in my head. So I've been cooking some African foods, delicacies that you usually enjoy. So this video, you're going to see a few foods that we normally eat in Africa or Zimbabwe. That's what you're going to experience. And share with me in the comment section how some of the delicacies that you eat in your own country. So this is what this video is all about. And also I'm going to do some storytelling, what my grandmother used to do while we're eating these foods. So you should just sit there by the fire and tell stories. So today I'm going to do some storytelling, what my grandmother used to tell. And I tell these stories now to my granddaughter now. This is dried vegetables or dried mfushwa. Though I've lived in the UK for so many years, but I'm always loving our African delicacies. This is mfushwa, we can call it bean leaves. Mfushwa munyemba, I don't know what to call it. Mfushwa munyemba. Munyemba is like wild bean. Wild bean, so it's leaves. So you cut them, then you wash them, you boil them, you dry them during the rain season. So you dry this vegetable during the rain season, and then you keep them somewhere so that when the rain is gone, you've conserved it. So you conserve them by drying them. This is what our old people used to do, that because there was no refrigerators, there was no other ways of preserving fresh food when the rains are gone, because most of their foods were from the fields. So when the rains are there, they'll cut all those fresh vegetables, boil them, put some salt, some they put even tomatoes, and then put them in the sun to dry. Then once it's dried, you can preserve this for many years. Many years. It can stay many years till dry and nice. So the way you prepare this, if you just add water to this, it will double in size. So it becomes big. So it double in size. Then you boil it. You reboil it. Once you reboil it, it becomes fresh again and tastes like almost the same like the original vegetables. So though I've lived in the UK for many years, but I like these delicacies. I always have them, So this is my favorite, munyemba. I'll show you how you cook it. So after this, you add some water, hot water. You let it stand for about 1 hour or something. Once stand, then you put it in a pan, you boil it for a few minutes. After you boil it, you fry it with onions and tomatoes. Then you serve either salsa or rice, or there's a vegetable on the side. So this is kind of my favorite foods that I continue enjoying. I don't know who does. So this is the finished product. When you boil tomatoes and all that, so this is what you get. But imagine this and that. So it's that, then you convert it into that, like a fresh vegetable from the garden, by just soaking it in water. But from that to that, this one is just a handful of it. You can feed the whole family. So that's what my mother used to do. All her favorite vegetables, she just cut them from the garden, boil them, put them in the sun, put a bit of salt, and then you have some relish to eat. Imagine, just a handful. But this one, if I put water in it, to feed the whole village, the whole family. So that's our African tradition. Love it. Making the African popcorn. These are ingredients that you need. You need some peanuts. Yeah. You need some maize to make the popcorn. Making my traditional popcorn. The maize is jumping out of the pot. Ooh. Don't be scared. Don't run away. Carry on with your method. It's getting brown and delicious. I can't tell you how many minutes you keep the fire on, but you just wait until all the maize is brown. And some of it will pop, some of it, not all of it will pop. Carry on being brave. Cook the maize until brown before you add the peanuts. While the maize continues to be on the heat, you take a few dips to taste. Then you add the peanuts slowly to a dish and mix effectively using a wooden spoon. You mix and you taste for soft peanuts while still cooking. You make sure that all the ingredients are mixed properly. Don't leave more peanuts on the corner, otherwise you won't be fair to your customers. Some of them will get more peanuts than others. So you stir carefully. Continue stirring while the pan continues on the heat. At the end of it all, you must have your peanuts nicely distributed. Mix together with the maize. Continue shaking the pan until the two ingredients are mixed well and well cooked. So now I'll show you how to serve this with a drink, and you deliciously help yourself and you drink all day. So it's how to make popcorn, traditional popcorn or Maputi. Then you serve this with a big jug of Mazoe crush with some ice, very cold, and your Maputi. Then you sit down. This is how you eat. Don't eat with a spoon or a fork. You use your hands and you do that. While you are still hot, and you make them cool down, they won't be nice. So this is the finished product of Maputi, and this is how we serve it with a cup of Mazoe. You're allowed to drink even 10 of these. Video days about our African foods, African heritage. You know what our grandmothers gave us. So this one, I'll be making what's called mtakura. I don't know what's called. The bean salad, I don't know what that is. So we take different foods which are dried and preserved, like I explained before. So this is round nuts. You take them fresh, you dry them, then you preserve them. These are nuts, and these are called nyemba. I don't know, it's another type of a bean as well that you take again and dry them and preserve them. And this is mumari. I don't know what's that called, mumari. It's like you take fresh maize, like maize corn, so you boil it, you take it as fresh as it is, then you dry it and preserve it. So then this one, you'll be eating all this throughout the dry season while you wait for the rains to come. So you when you're making what I call mangai, mixed your bean seed, you put them all together like that. So I've got, we can add even more. So I've got peanuts, zungu, I've got round nuts, nyemba, I've got round nuts, nyimo, then I've got a type of a beans which is called nyemba, and I've got mumari, which is the maize which has been freezed. It's unlike the normal maize, but the maize which has been cooked and dried. So these are the ingredients to make what they call mutakura. So here normally I put them in a pot and then soak them overnight, and then you boil it all together. Boil it. It's delicious, like Maputi, what I've made, but this is mutakura. It's only because it's boiled. That's the difference. It's boiled. But this one you can all roast as well, except the beans. But all these other ingredients you can just roast and do them roasted. But I like them boiled. So when you boil, you produce what is called mutakura, where people just eat while they're just chatting away, or it's a snack, or you can eat it during lunch. At night you have to have sadza, but during the day you can have all this, or you can carry it to school. You carry it to school as in a lunch box, and you drink all day. You'll be all hydrated because you're feeling thirsty and you need to drink. End up with a product like this. So this is what we have when it's all mixed. So this is what we have. This is the product that we end up having, which we call mutakura. If you speak to every Zimbabwean, they will know what it is and they'll love. So from that product, you end up with this. And this one, when you put it in water, you just put a handful. You fill up a pot and feed the whole village. That's what happens. Yes. So the final product, that is mutakura. This is how you cook mutakura. So this is our African foods. They are very rich. They are fresh, then they are preserved while they're still fresh. So they are eating healthily throughout the dry season, because they didn't have fridges like we do these days. They didn't have any other ways of preserving their food stuff. So that was the best way. And I think it's awesome. So this is mutakura, close look. Mutakura, and this is the ingredients that we use for making mutakura. You mix all together and we enjoy. So you eat this with a jompi of water. That's all you need. You just need a big jug of water or mazoe. That's it. Then you are done. So the next food that we used to love to eat is called amasi. Amasi or wodzeko. It's milk. So it's milk which would have been they would have milked the cows, so they got the milk, and because there's no fridge, you are not able to keep that milk fresh for a very long time. So it's like cultured milk. I don't know, modern days we call it, I don't know, cultured yogurt maybe, but it's just different. This one is different. So they would take the fresh milk. After it's been milked from the cow, they put it in a pot like that. That's where they'll put the milk, in a big pot like that, and leave it for days to culture itself. Then when it cultures, the water, it will become water at the top. So they'll take the water and then throw it away, take the water, throw it away, and you remain with like a solid brick of milk. And then you can use this to eat with salsa. Use it anywhere, and it's also very good for your gut. So it's called amasi, or we call it cultured milk, or zeko. That's what we call it. So it's very good for your gut. It's full of probiotics, which are good for your gut. So it's called amasi. This is some of my favorite African foods. I was going through African foods, what we used to eat, and I live in England, but I still go back to those. I don't know who does. I'm one of them. So it's one of my favorite foods that I still eat and enjoy. So it's cultured milk, but it's a bit different from the cultured milk that you buy from the supermarket, and the way that is prepared is a bit different. My mother used to put in a pot like I showed you, and then leave it for days or a week, and then take out the water until you remain with a thick layer of milk, which is delicious. Yeah. So storytelling, I don't know, some of you may know it is called ngano. I don't know, it's called ngano or storytelling. I don't know whether I'm going to tell it in English or in Shona. I think I'm going to mix to make it all beautiful. So my grandmother used to tell us stories. the things that used to happen in the past. But these stories, there were some lessons in them that we used to learn, that used to teach us through storytelling while we're eating the foodstuffs, while you're eating Maputi, like this, you're eating this the dried maize. So you'll be telling stories. So if so, you have to be saying, when I start, you have to say Zefunde. Paivapo, Zefunde. Natsrona gudo, Zefunde. Tsuro. Aiti sekuru kuna gudo. Because Gudo has always been uncle. So Gudo is a baboon. Tsuro is a hare. But hare has always said uncle to the baboon. I don't know why. That's what, so in the past, the hare used to say uncle to baboon. So these people were friends. They used to like each other all the time. They used to live in the bushes a long, long time ago. But during those days, they used to speak. Animals could speak during that time. So Uncle Gudo and Uncle Tsuro and the nephew Tsuro were in the bush. They were just, in the home. And then they were hungry. So they said, what's the plan? We need to go and find some food in the bush. So they said, we need to go and find human beings and get some food. Then he said, how are you going to do it? He said, okay, Tsuro, hey, you go first to go and find some food. So Tsuro went, and they saw these people a long time ago. People used to get these foods from the fields, and carry the foodstuffs. When they harvest, they'll carry the foodstuffs with the scotch carts from the fields. So these two boys were at food at the Chiba again, their scotch cart, and pumpkins and all granuts and lots of foods in their scotch cart, traveling from the fields to their home. So Tsuro saw them. So she went on the road where they were passing through. So he pretended to someone who's unconscious, someone who's dead. So she lied on the road. And the boy said, "Oh, there's a rabbit! There's a rabbit! There's a rabbit!" So they were so excited. So they lifted the rabbit, thinking that is dead, and they threw it in the scotch cart. When now the rabbit was in the scotch cart, she pretended as if she was still asleep. So these boys were just going on, vachikaira mambo vachienda kumba nengoro, katsuro kakarara zvako mumashure. Saka vati fambe. Tsuro started to throw the chikafu achiburitsa mungoro. Let me do it in Shona, that's where to come out properly. And Tsuro agotanga kuburitsa chikafu mungoro, achiburitsa nzungu, achiburitsa manhanga, achiburitsa nzimbe, achiburitsa makabheji, achiburitsa chikafu chese chavanga vanacho, achiburitsa, achikanda kunze kwengoro, achikanda murodhi, achikanda. Vanhu vaya vachingochaira mombe vachienda vachirova mombe vachienda, vakomana vachienda kumba. Apa Tsuro achingoburitsa chikafu zvake mashure mengoro. Vakomana vanhamboona kuti chikafu chaburitswa, manhanga, mune makohwa paya saka kunobuda manhanga, nzungu, chibage zvazvirimo mungoro. Saka Tsuro ati fambe, vati fambe nengoro iyaya. Tsuro ndokudzokera, ndokunokumba chikafu chemva anodedza Sekuru Gudo. Saka Sekuru Gudo waimuone kuno, ende ndava nechikafu chakawanda. Tsuro akazodzokera, vakazobatsirana naSekuru Gudo kutakura chikafu chiya kuenda kumba. Gudo akafara, akati ende muzukuru nhasi watigonera, muzukuru ende nhasi tafara, ende watigonera iwe, watigonera zvokuti chikafu chese ichi. Vakafara, vakadya, vakaita mabiko, vakaita mutambo, mhuka dzose dzikauya dzikadya dzikafara. Chikafu chapera zvikanzi Sekuru, rajanho renyu manje kuenda kunotsvaga chikafu. Gudo akati saka muzukuru, nditaurireka kuti waita sei, nditaurire marongero andinoita kundoenda sei kuenda kunotora chikafu. Kana Tsuro, right, Sekuru Gudo, munobva panapa moenda munorara mumugwagwa. Vaya vekwamanhizi vaya vachange vachifamba vachibva kumunda nengoro, sai munorara murodhi, munorara mumugwagwa. Kana marara mumugwagwa, vachakutorai ukandai mungoro. Kana ukandai mungoro, motanga kupotsera chikafu muchibuditsa kusvika chakwana, mozondidedza touya totakura. Tikanzi zvishoma izvo Sekuru, zvishoma izvo muzukuru Gudo, zvishoma, rega ndiende. Sekuru Gudo zvikanzi asi pamunenge muchifamba Sekuru, munenge muchiti ndifambe nditeerere, ndifambe nditeerere, ndifambe teerere, ndifambe teerere. Saka Sekuru Gudo munenge muchiti chi? Ndifambe teerere, ndifambe teerere, ndifambe teerere, ndifambe teerere. Zvikanzi ndazvinzwisisa, rega ndiende. aambva tsuro aregera sekuruguru achibuda. Apa tsuro anga atogadzirira masaga ekunotuta mabhanana, ekunotuta manhanga, ekunotuta nzimbe, ekunotuta ipwa, ekunotuta zvese miriwo iyi anga akagadzirira, kunotuta mubora, zvese anga akagadzirira gudo. Gudo ndokuenda ndokunorora mumugwagwa aipfuura nevakomana vaya, ndokurara ndokunyebera kunge akafa. Vakomana vachipfuura zvavo vachiridza muridzo, vachitsvaira mombe, vachiridza muridzo. Vakomana vaguda akutonzwa kuti vakomana vakutouya, vachiridza muridzo. Zvikanzi kana vanzwa muridzo vakomana vanenge vakuuya, guda abva anyatsorara murodhi muya, abva akotsera, abva atsuzinya maziso. Vakomana vaya vakufamba vachiuya. Guda akatanga kufamba, akati asvika murodhi akatanga kuti ndifambe, nteerere. Guda anokuziva kuti zviri kutaurwa natsuro, zvanzi unongofamba chete uchiteerera kuti unenge uchiti ndifambe, nteerere. But guda aita mere achideedza ndifambe, nteerere, nteerere. Vakomana vakati ndigudo cheto, rega tisamugadzirisa nhasi. Vabva vatora zvamboko zvine munyu, zvikanzi nhasi gudo tinomugadzirisa. Vasvika paya gudo akarara zvake murodhi, ari kunyebera kurara, ari kunyebera kufa. Zvikanzi ndigudo kauyo ajaira makudo ekuno kudya minda yedu. Vakomana vabva vatora gudo riya, unongonzwa gudo rakarohwa nemvura nechamboko chine munyu, chakarukwa pamutatu, chakarohwa. Gudo rigorohwa. Gudo rakadzokera kumba rangoropa, miri wese kumeso kuzara ropa. Gudo raakufamba richienda kumba. Tsuro ndokuzvika kuti sekuru maita zvandakuudza. Zvikanzi ndaita, asi vanhu ivava vandirikita zvandisati ndambona. Zvikanzi marikitwa sekuru, ko zvafamba sei? Gudo ndokuedza kutsanangura paya. Zvikanzi sekuru, imi hamufaniri kunge manga muchitaura kuti ndifambe, nteerere. Munenge muchifamba zvinyoronyoro muchiteerera. Ndifambe, moteerera. Kwete kuti ndifambe, nteerere. Tsuro ndokutsamwa, ndokuti sekuru Gudoka, imimika ndokunonzi kupusa kwamakaita ikoko. Saka sekuru Gudo, inini ushamwari nemi hwapera. Tsuro ndokudzokera ndokunoita zvimwe chetezvo. Achifamba zvinyoronyoro, ndokuuya nechikafu Gudo kuedza futi. Akarohwa Gudo kusvika azvimba maziso. Ndomuchiona Gudo rakazvimba maziso, rakazvimba muromo nekurohwa kwakaitwa nevanhu ikoko. Saka katsuro nekungwara kwakaita kakati handidi miri mombe nekundiye chizomhanya ndichijambira mungoro. Ndosaka muchiona even kusvika nhasi uno katsuro kadiki, ende gumbo Gudo rakakura, miromo yacho yakazvimba, maziso akazvimba nekurikitwa kwarakaitwa nevanhu makore iwayo. Saka aiwa, saka pamudzidziso chiripo changa chiri chekuti iwewe ukatumwa neumwe murutenda unoita chakati, usaende usinganyatsonzwisi nyaya yacho. Unofanira kunzwisa nyaya yacho, wongwara woziva kuti unofamba sei. That's the lesson of the story. So vanoda chirungu vaya. So this gist of the story, it was the baboon went to go and slept on the road, thinking that the people pick him up and put him in the scotch cart. But the baboon, people don't eat baboons, so they hit him to death. And they went back reporting to the hare that I didn't manage to bring some food. So Tsuro, the hare, was very angry at Gudo for not bringing the food. So the lesson in this story was, when you're being asked to do something by a friend or something, don't do it, because those people, they know how to do it. You don't know how to do it properly. So you need to do your own plan that you understand, not just to follow somebody's ideas, because people are in different walks of life. So you need to follow your own path. You need to follow your own dream. You need to follow the things that you know about, not just to follow somebody else's dream. Maybe it also lessons to us, even adults, that sometimes we say, so and so is doing this business, I'm going to do it. But maybe you're not gifted in that. Maybe you're not gifted in that area of life. You end up just following because so and so is doing it, but you're not gifted in it. So you have to choose an area whereby you've got a gift in it. Then you can achieve and excel in this area. Maybe most of us say, so and so, or doing estate, I saw so and so doing this, but not knowing that people are doing the things that they love and they desire. So this is the lesson of this story. This is the lesson of this story. I hope you enjoyed the story that I'm doing now. I know, Malaika, if you're listening, I know you're gonna join me in the singing. This is a singing one. You're gonna join me, I know. So my grandmother, when a child is crying, I've applied that to my granddaughter. So like even though sometimes I think this I'm doing as a grandmother because as we are even modern grandmothers, if you remember these stories and they tell them to our grandchildren, they enjoy them. My granddaughter really enjoy. I even speak to her in Shona. She sings in Shona, so they will make them rich in languages. So this is a song that I normally sing with Malaika. Malaika, if you're there, this is for you. Yeah, and all the other young children who are there. Wewe nyarara malaika malaika anochemere iko anochemera mai vake vakaenda mhiri kwamungwesi kune banga jena reruchekera nyama ndeparuware yemunze inozara ivhu inonjiva inogurukuta nekamwana muzasi kamwe kari kumba kana kange zviyo zvatete tsangangu yawa yagotorwa nani namupyadene agoisepi kurizi rukuru runodyiwa tsambi nemhokotero champi gori muchinokoro kwiyo 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 kwiyo. This one I always sing to this, and my grandchild will keep quiet. She will start laughing. So this is just a funny song that you can play. You over 50s to your granddaughter, and they'll laugh. So I love doing this to play with my granddaughter and to enjoy these stories a lot. I hope you guys you enjoy them more. One more song that I used to Amina Kadeya Simo Weya Amina wancha sapi o box marondera gumpepe Amina Jew Jackson. This is just a funny video just to laugh. I'm just enjoying having fun, thinking about how we grew up as young children, how we used to enjoy ourselves, how we used to have fun. This is what I'm just reflecting on. And also, as an over 50, I think we can also pass this on to our grandchildren and enjoy. There were lessons in them. There was just, we didn't have mobile phones. So it was just enjoying, singing, playing with whatever we had. So my next video, I think I'll do more story time. Tell me in the comment section if you are enjoying this, and then I can do more. But today it was just about a traditional video about how we grew up and the food that we used to enjoy in those times. So thank you guys for working with me today. Thank you. Enjoy. So guys, continue watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I value very much when you watch these videos and you share them with your family. And I kindly ask you that don't just watch, but subscribe to allow me to do more of this kind of work that I'm doing by subscribing, by sharing that with your family. I value you. Say something in your comment section. I like to know you better. I like to hear from you. I like to know my subscribers personally so that you can tell me whether the content that I'm making is valuable to you. So I like to have conversations. I like to talk to you. So say something in the comment, then I can reply. I like to get to know you better. I love you very much. Thank you for your support. I don't take your support for granted, but I value it. So God bless you. Thank you so much.